This is my vocal chain that I've created off of 3 years of experience. I am an independent artist and I produce, perform, mix, and master my own music. So yeah, let's dive into it. Today I'm going to show you an unreleased track that I'm currently working on. It's a pop track. So here's the preview of the track.
You don't know what it's like to live, 'cause you don't understand this game I'm in. So watch me as I try to live inside this game I'm locked in, and win it for myself, win it for myself.
As you heard, the vocals sound as if they were recorded in a professional studio, when in actuality I am using a $30 condenser microphone, and it's recorded in a normal room with no sound treatment. The only thing is the blanket on that wall, which is taped to the wall, and I know how it looks. I know. But yeah, this is my recording chain. To quickly run through it, I have Autotune Pro, Denoiser, Fruity Limiter, the Fruity Parametric EQ2, TDSer, an LA compressor, the 1176 Fed compressor, Fresh Air, another TDSer, and then another Fruity Limiter. Okay, so let's get into it. This is how the vocal sounds without any effects on it, just the dry vocal.
So watch me burn, break it all apart. Love me or not, I ignore your heart. It's never made sense for me from the start, but you don't wanna wake up now.
As you can hear, they don't sound the best. So yeah, let's get into the effects. The first thing that I have on here, which is the only effect that is paid for, is Autotune Pro. The rest is all free plugins. Just a quick disclaimer. But Autotune is relative, so you can use your own Autotune, whichever one you prefer. So I have this one set to low male, retune speed of 15, humanize of 20. I put it to classic so that I don't have to worry about flex tune. And for me personally, this settings on the Autotune here is just below the threshold of the vocal sounding robotic, so it still sounds natural. So here's the vocal with the Autotune on.
So watch me burn, break it all apart. Love me or not, I ignore your heart. It's never made sense for me from the start, but you don't wanna wake up now.
As you could hear, it's just putting my vocals in the correct key, making sure I'm hitting the correct notes. After that, I have a denoiser with the threshold set to 0.43, which is just eliminating all the room reverb that the mic is picking up, and then also all of the static noises coming from, let's say, a laptop or something like that. Because it's a condenser microphone, it's very sensitive. So I have a denoiser on, and then I have a Fruity Limiter, which I'm using as a noise gate. So here I'm only using this, and then I am boosting the input signal by 2 dB because I was an idiot, and when gain staging before recording, I put my input volume way too low. So that means that my noise gate is only going to catch, or is going to catch, a lot of the main vocal as well. So that's why I'm boosting the vocal by 2 dB to just make sure the noise gate differentiates between the breaths and the little pops and ticks, instead of catching the main vocal. So here's the vocal with the denoiser and the Fruity Limiter.
So watch me burn, break it all apart. Love me or not, I ignore your heart. It's never made sense for me from the start, but you don't wanna wake up now. So
as you could hear, it sounds clean now. After that, I have a parametric EQ, just stock standard one in FL Studio. So I have a low shelf on 90 Hertz, and then I have a slight boost at 240 Hertz, 2.3 dB boost, and then at 430 Hertz, I am reducing about 4 dB, and then at 785 Hertz, I am lowering by 0.6 dB. Then I have a high shelf on about 5.5k Hertz, just to get that polished pop sound that a lot of industry tracks have. I'm boosting quite a lot, like 8 dBs. And then I'm also boosting a little bit at 8.5K, boosting 2.1 dB, and then also at 12K, rounded off to, I'm boosting about 2 dB. So this is with the EQ.
So watch me burn, break it all apart. Love me or not, I ignore your heart. It's never made sense for me from the start, but you don't wanna wake up now.
As you can hear, the EQ is doing quite a bit of work. Because this is a very, very cheap mic, it's lacking and boosting in the wrong places. So that is why this EQ is so heavy. With a little bit of a better mic, you wouldn't necessarily go so drastic with the curves. Then after that, I'm a big fan of cleaning up before you compress. So that's why I have a denoiser and a noise gate. Because if you have it after you compress, then you're basically going to be compressing all the harsh and bad frequencies that you don't want, ending up with a vocal that's in front of your face with a lot of bad things being noticeable. So that's why I'm cleaning up before I compress. So after the EQ, I have a TDSer, threshold set at negative 28.8 dB, intensity 7.4 to 1, which is just basically a ratio knob, sharpness at 5 dB, and then I have it set to the high setting. I don't have any makeup gain going on because I'm fixing that when I'm compressing. So this is with and without the TDSer.
So watch me burn, break it all apart. Love me or not, I ignore your heart. It's never made sense for me from the start, but you don't wanna wake up now. So watch me burn, break.
As you could hear, the de-esser is doing a really good job. After the TD-esser, I have a remodeled version of the LA2A, which this is a free version, the LA compressor from Analog Obsession. It's basically doing exactly the same thing. So you have your two knobs, your gain, and then your peak reduction. I'm aiming for around 5 dB of compression and gain reduction, and then I'm matching the gain knob to just give me back the gain that I lose by compressing. So this is with and without the compressor.
So watch me burn, break it all apart. Love me or not, I ignore your heart. It's never made sense for me from the start, but you don't wanna wake up now.
It's not very noticeable. The LA2A compressor is an opto compressor, which if you don't know what that means, it's very chill and very relaxed. It's the easiest way to explain it. After the LA2A, I have UAD's 1176 Fed compressor. Now the Fed compressor is a lot quicker, a lot faster, a lot harsher. So I'm basically catching a lot of the really high dynamic transients using this compressor to just basically make sure the vocal sits nice in front in the mix in your face and makes the vocal the main focus of the track. So I have the input at around negative 38 and then the output at around negative 14 dB. The attack is quite slow and then the release is quicker, 1 being slow, 7 being quicker. Although the attack and release are already very fast on the 1176. And then I have the ratio at 8. So this is with and without the 1176.
So watch me burn, break it all apart. Love me or not, I ignore your heart. It's never made sense for me from the start, but you don't wanna wake up now. So
as you can hear, it's doing quite a big job with the compression. After that, I have fresh air on the vocal chain. I am basically just adding high-end shimmer to the vocals, which you hear in a lot of pop tracks. So just boosting the high mid presence by 33% and then the high sparkle boosting by 18%. This is with and without fresh air.
So watch me burn, break it all apart. Love me or not, I ignore your heart. It's never made sense for me from the start, but you don't wanna wake up now.
As you can hear with the fresh air plugin and the 1176, it's really just cementing it in front of your face and lifting it up out of the mix and making the vocals stand out. But then the downside to boosting so much with the fresh air is sibilances are really harsh again. So I'm just adding a very slight de-esser, mix level at 15%, the threshold at negative 24.3 dB, the ratio at 4.4 to 1, sharpness at 5 dB, and on the high setting, no makeup gain. And then the last thing, I am adding a fruity limiter, which is both acting as a limiter and a compressor to just glue everything together and make sure the vocal is nice and compressed. So first of all, the limiter, I have it set to negative 4 dB to just really handle all those really dynamic transients from the vocal. And then the compressor, just stock standard, negative 11 dB threshold, knee at 55%, and then ratio at 4 to 1. So this is with and without the limiter and de-esser.
So watch me burn, break it all apart. Love me or not, I ignore your heart. It's never made sense for me from the start, but you don't wanna wake up now. So watch me burn, break it all apart. Love me or not.
As you can hear, it's just adding back a little bit of the warm tone that I am EQing out in the beginning, which is why I'm not using another compressor. I'm using the stock standard one. It just gives me that slight warmth that I was lacking. And then I have the main vocal bus routed to a reverb bus, which I'm adding 2 reverbs on. So the first reverb is going to be a stock standard vocal reverb, wet level at 43%, then the decay at 2.5 seconds, which was calculated. And this is a big tip: if you calculate your decay time, it improves your vocals drastically, because if you get the decay time wrong, it's going to muddy up your vocal a lot, which is something I learned the hard way. I have a slight pre-delay of 70 milliseconds, and then the room size upped a little bit, and then a slight high and low cut on the reverb on the first one. And then the second one, the wet level is a lot higher, it's 96%. The decay time also a little bit higher at 4 seconds. Size is boosted up, no pre-delay, and then the same low and high cut. On the first reverb, I also have a little bit of stereo separation to just widen the vocal. And these reverbs are being automated here, as you can see. And I just want to quickly specify, these are the main vocals that you are listening to. So yeah, let's listen to it with everything on.
So watch me burn, break it all apart. Love me or not, I ignore your heart. It's never made sense for me from the start, but you don't wanna wake up now.
As you could hear, the second reverb automation kicked in at the last bit there. This is just basically to widen the vocal a little bit more and add some ambience to it. So yeah, that is the vocal chain. Let's play the main vocal with the full beat now, and then I'm going to alternate between the vocal chain being on and off. So here is the main vocal with the beat.
So watch me burn, break it all apart. It's never made sense for me from the start, but you don't wanna wake up now. So watch me burn, break it all apart. Love me or not, I ignore your heart. It's never made sense for me from the start, but you don't wanna wake up now.
As you could hear, the preset or the vocal chain is doing a lot of work in just really bringing that vocal, the main vocal, right up to your face, just pushing it up above the mix and making it sound clean and good. Let me know if you want any other vocal chains, or if you want to see my master chain. Let me know if you see anything I'm doing wrong. If you have anything to comment, please comment it, and then please like and subscribe, which is a sentence I never thought I'd be saying, but yeah. Thank you for watching. Yeah, as I said, if you have anything that you want to tell me, or you want to know, or you want to see, please let me know in the comments. And then yeah, thank you for watching.